Hello YouTube, I'm Hills on the Hunt. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we have a mega CEX haul, a book pickup and some gifts. Let's go. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. So yeah, like I said in the intro, we've got a lot of things to go through today. A mega CEX haul, a zombie book that I picked up, and some gifts from some amazing people. So a week ago, my friend Hannah and her son came down from up north. I mean, I'm in London, so everything is up north to me. I think from Rotherham. I think they're from Rotherham. Yeah, they came down and we went into Watford. I don't know, at the start of the year I said that I'd got rid of some movies and bits and bobs that I didn't really need anymore. And I built up some vouchers, and I pretty much waited till I spend the bulk of them until they came. As you can see, there's still quite a few Blu-rays and everything, and I'm starting to collect a few more, but I just wanted to kind of get stuff out that I didn't need anymore, because I've got it in other formats and other collections, and I just wanted to kind of slim down to rebuild, and that's what we're going to be doing. I digress. But they came down, so we went into a couple of charity shops, and we went into a CEX, and I just blew most of my voucher. And then she brought some gifts down for me as well, some movies, and another gift I got was from the legendary Tim's Film Waffle, so thank you so much for that. So yeah, we'll go through everything together. And yeah, I'll show you everything I got, and it'll take me a week and a half to put it back on the shelves and tidy it up. But hey, that's the fun in collecting. So we'll start with the book I picked up. I found this in a charity shop, and it was a £5. And honestly, people paying £5 for a book in a charity shop are probably thinking, why did you do that? Because A, it's got 1 million pages. It's got like 370 pages, and it's a big book. Plus it's a cool book. And it's Zombie Cinema, Book of the Dead. And it's in fantastic condition. It's got a price on the back of so it's got $19.99. But yeah, a lot of stuff about. So it's got things like The Dead, some zombie images. But the coolest thing in this movie is towards the back. I can find. So you got a zombie filmography, and it looks like every kind of zombie film from alphabetically. So to give you an idea of how many zombie movies there actually are, holy crap. Okay, so there's this zombie filmography starts on page 220 and ends on page 357. So there are 137 pages of zombie movies, and there's about 3 or 4 in each one. So this for me will now be a collecting book, because I'm just going to quickly mark off whatever I've got and whatever I need to get and whatever I can get hold of. Because there are some movies, I mean, there's American movies, there's movies from Uruguay, Spain, Hong Kong, New Zealand, Mexico. Mexico have some wicked movies. Thailand, Dark Echoes from Austria, Yugoslavia. There are some fun movies to try and seek out in this. So the £5 I paid for it is worth it in itself, just because of this filmography. So yeah, there is some epic movies. So Slither's in here, The Slaughter, which I do have. I think it's the one I've got. Has it got? Plaga Zombie, Zona Muente. That I'm going to be doing a video on that. That is one of my favourite zombie movies that you've never heard of. So we're going to be talking about that one at some point as well. But yeah, there are some epic movies in here. But for a £5, I was chuffed. I can't wait to get stuck into this. And yeah, start picking up more of these zombie movies. But yeah, Zombie Cinema right there. We'll go into the Tim gifts. Like I said, if you don't know Tim's Film Waffle, I'll put his details. Like over the time I've kind of got to know him over the last couple of months, I would say. Like, forget the YouTube stuff, forget the being a supporter and all that kind of stuff. Just as a human being, he's an epic person. He's always kind of, whenever he's out and about, he's always looking out for other people in the community in terms of finding things that might fit into their collection. And he's such a genuine person. So such a nice person, and someone I can proudly call a friend. He reached out to me and he said, look, I've got some bits that I've upgraded. Did you want them? Yes, of course, because they fit into like collections I'm building. And I was grateful for them. And like I said, even when I'm kind of out and about and I'm looking out, I'm always trying to find stuff that potentially Tim might not have, but Tim has a lot of stuff. Go watch his channel. He watched some epic movies, epic pickups. But we also love kind of low budget, trashy horror stuff. So, so I'm always trying to on the lookout to try and find stuff that he might enjoy a little bit more. So Tim, my friend, thank you so much for these. There's 3 movies and a book. So another book added. The book is 1,000 Facts About Horror Movies, which is a nice little book. So I think it's all broken down into separate movies. So we'll do Friday the 13th in 3D. So this is the first film where Jason wears a hockey mask. He's worn it in every film in the franchise since, obviously Friday the 13th Part 3. The film doesn't take place on Friday the 13th, it takes place on Saturday the 14th. Ironically, this was the first film in the series to be released on Friday the 13th. Interesting. Saturday the 14th is coming up. That might be a reason to watch it on a Saturday the 14th. So Friday the 13th. So what else we got in here? Let's find another random movie. So The Conjuring. No, we'll do, what's a... oh, excuse me. Jaws. Jaws is a classic. The film cost $8 million to make. It made just under $471 million at the box office. This was the first film to make over $100 million. The sound that the shark makes when it first appears was created by opening a shaken soda bottle onto concrete. Unsurprisingly, the actors suffered with seasickness. Yeah, it's mad. There's a lot of stuff in here that you kind of... so Paranormal Activity, Steven Spielberg is responsible for the mass advertising of this film. Steven Spielberg had to stop watching the film halfway through because he found it too scary. He watched the rest of it the next day when it wasn't dark. A lot of stuff in there about movies that you'll enjoy. But yeah, so Tim, thank you for that. I'll get a lot of use out of that. And 3 movies, which kind of describe me best as possible. So this is a movie I did know about, The Ordeal. This is a Tartan release. It's a French movie. I love French cinema. It says a must-see, Royston Valley meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So The Ordeal, aka Calvier, delivers a terrifying and darkly comedic tale of obsession, kidnap, and borderline psychosis that brings to mind such films as Deliverance, Straw Dogs, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but has a continental flavour much its own. 18 contains strong bloody violence. Yeah, I cannot wait to get stuck into this. I do love my French cinema. It's got a little booklet in there as well. Calvier. So yeah, appreciate this. And 2 I didn't know about. This one I kind of found out on one of his videos because he kind of subtly said that it was coming my way, but Meatball Machine, yeah. This is it's Japanese, yeah. The film that started the current round of Japanese splatter gore. I love splatter gore. The flesh and blood turned machine body horror tradition of Shinea. The Iron Man invading Earth alien parasites discover the secret of transforming human flesh into biomechanical weapons. Their undying love is pitted against raging minds and killer instincts in an epic battle of flesh and blood torn asunder. right up my street. It's got a little slip cover. I'm a slip whore, so I love slip covers. I'll never say no to a slip cover. But yeah, I didn't know about this, but he kindly sent it. So Tim, thank you so much for that one. And if you thought they were bonkers, we also have Phantasmagoria from the Redemption label. And yes, it is a numbered label. And yes, I'm probably going to end up trying to find more. So thank you, Tim, for another rabbit hole. Phantasmagoria is like no film you've ever seen. Imagine Jean Rollin mixed with Borowczyk and then resulting work reimagined by Jess Franco. Oh boy, this is going to be something. There's nothing disturbing. Well, actually, no. Nothing overly disturbing on the back. But I feel like it's gonna be a bit out there. I don't know if Tim's seen this one, or he just picked it up and then sent it over my way. Tim, let me know if you have watched this one, or you're waiting for me to go through it. But yeah, this sounds wild enough for me to enjoy. So yeah, Phantasmagoria. So like I said, Tim, thank you so much for those. I do really appreciate that, and I'm grateful for you. So thank you so much. So next we go to our trip to Watford, and my friend Hannah and her son Ben. Hannah had picked up a few bits for me that I was aware of. Some movies were added in. So she had kind of asked me if I wanted them, and I was like, yeah, why not? You know, I'm always willing to try out stuff I don't have. So she brought a couple of DVDs and a couple of Blu-rays. So the DVDs are George A. Romero's Land of the Dead, Outpost. I haven't seen either of those. This looks like an Eastern European style bonkers. We'll give it a go. And Don't Look Now. I've not seen this one, I've not heard of it, but it looks creepy enough. Daphne du Maurier's shattering psychic thriller has taken its place as one of the great contemporary British horror films. A truly original film, Don't Look Now is a super psychological thriller, an eerie horror story, and much more. When a little girl is drowned, her parents, Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie, go to Venice to forget. They meet a strange clairvoyant who tells them their daughter is very much alive and gives them ominous messages from the grave. As the whole world starts to disintegrate around them, everyday objects turn into omens of doom and ordinary events become terrifying glimpses into another dimension. The father begins a frantic search for his daughter, though the deserted canals and menacing alleys of Venice in winter, in a world where nobody can be sure of what is real and what is illusion until the macabre, shattering climax. Interesting. What year is this? 1973. Yeah, I know nothing about this movie. I've never seen it, but I'm intrigued to give it a go. So let me know if you've seen it and how it came across. Yes, Don't Look Now. And then the other two two Blu-rays was Doom Asylum on the Arrow label. Again, one I've never seen, and Scream Park. I love attraction movies with roller coasters and all that, and I think Final Destination 3. Yeah. Again, it's another one I've seen kicking around, but I've never picked it up. So, yeah, happy to add it in. So, Hannah, thank you so much for those. I do appreciate those. And let's go on to the day and the ominously crazy amount of pickups that we've had. So, we hit a charity shop first. I only grabbed a couple of bits. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Another one is the Westerns, but again, another one I've not seen. And a sealed version of Brewster's Millions. I love this movie. Absolutely. Richard Pryor, John Candy, just great film. Very simple concept, but Richard Pryor in it just kind of makes it work, just makes it so good. Yeah, so those were £1 each. So yeah, happy to add those. And then the CEX haul. So part of these are from the CEX in Watford on the day, and then the next morning I had a little time before work, so I popped into one on my way into work and grabbed a few more. I can't remember what order they were in, so I'm just going to show all the DVDs first and I'll show all the Blu-rays after, and we can figure it out at that point. So we've got The Magnificent Seven, Again, one I've not seen, but the name has kind of popped around a few times, and it's another one with Steve McQueen and Charles Bronson. The name I've heard of, just not the movie. I just never watched the movie, so yeah, treat to check it out. I'm sure there's a lot of people here who've probably seen it and are probably looking at me like, you weirdo, why have you not seen it? Because I had a very, very sheltered life, okay? Life has been difficult, it hasn't. But yeah, Magnificent Seven, I digress. Yeah, so that one. The Winter Witch. Again, is another one. It was a very cheap horror movie, so I have no idea. It's a Christmas Eve movie. A grandmother tells her grandchildren the story of how she escaped a witch as a child. After scolding her mother for terrifying her children with her tales, the daughter is suddenly awoken by her screams. Now she must break the curse and save her children before it's too late. Yeah, looks could be one. I could go one way or the other, but we'll give it a go. Winter Witch. Storm Rider, the Western. Lee Van Cleef and Peter O'Brien. Lee Van Cleef stars in this gritty Western as Sheriff Clayton, a one-man judge, jury and executioner determined to see justice done. Wrongly accused of murder, Philip Vermeer is a wanted man, dead or alive. His alleged victim was the father of 3 brothers, the Saxon boys, who have an iron grip on the small town where the locals live in fear. Clayton must face down bounty hunters and all 3 of the Saxon brothers to uphold the law of the Wild West. I don't think I've seen a Lee Van Cleef horror movie yet, so yeah, I'm intrigued to give this one a go. Like I said, I'm trying to get more, so we'll give them a go and check it out. So it's Storm Rider. This is definitely not a Western, but it's a movie I loved watching when I was younger. Weekend at Bernie's. It's just dumb fun. Yeah, y'all have seen Weekend at Bernie's. I'm not going to go too much into it, but it's one I've been trying to pick up for a long while. Never come across it in anywhere, in any CEX, and this was there, so I grabbed it. Weekend at Bernie's. And then we've got The Well with Lauren Rivera. A budding art restorer travels to a small Italian village to bring a medieval painting back to its former glory. Little does she know she's placing her life in danger from an evil curse and a monster born of myth and brutal pain. So I saw this movie a few years back, before it even released. So I was actually kindly sent a screener by the director, Federico Zampaglione, to watch and review, and I loved it. It was super creepy, super gory, super gothic style, just beautiful settings. Yeah, super unsettling movie. Really enjoyed it, and I don't know what happened to my copy, but I knew this was sitting in that CEX. I needed to go pick it up. So yeah, I'm happy to have this back in the collection. The Well. And then Flight of the Living Dead, more zombie fun. These are the ones I'm going to be tick off in the zombie book to say I've already got them. But yeah, Flight of the Living Dead, Outbreak on a Plane. Why would you not have zombie fun on a plane? So yeah, that one there. Got one more for the Tartan collection. It's Lars von Trier's Europa. So again, I know nothing about this movie. An alluring film that follows Leopold Kessler, an American pacifist of German descent, as he travels to Germany to help the country rebuild and becomes involved in a surreal nightmare. His uncle gets him employment working on a giant railway complex, Zentropa, where he falls in love with the daughter of the railway owner, who lures him into becoming a pawn in a pro-Nazi terrorist scheme. Despite his wishes, he finds he cannot remain neutral and is forced into making some difficult choices. Okay, sounds wild. Yeah, give it a go. It's another one into the Tartan collection. It's another one to add in. Another one to check out. So yeah, that's that one. And then we've got more in the Artificial Eye collection. Another 5 thrown in. Like I said, the last few movies I've watched from there I've really enjoyed. So I'm just trying to get a bit more into it. So we've got The Decline of the American Empire, which is a Canadian movie, I believe. Yeah, French with English subtitles. A splendidly sophisticated feast for all the senses. A cut and thrust above the average action movie. For once, the word is mightier than the penis. I have no idea. I have no idea what I've got into, but we'll see what happens. The Decline of the American Empire. Ida. Or Ida. This is a Polish movie with English subtitles, black and white. Looks quite grim. Movie about 18-year-old Anna, a sheltered orphan raised in a convent who's preparing to become a nun when she discovers her real name is Ida and her Jewish parents were murdered during the Nazi occupation. This revelation triggers a heart-wrenching journey into the countryside, to the family home, and into the secrets of the repressed past. Interesting. Okay. This could be a good watch. Could be kind of up there with Leviathan in terms of deep style movie. We'll give it a go. Ida. The Island. A deeply moving exploration of sin, redemption, and faith. It's a Russian movie with English subtitles, 109 minutes. Set in a remote monastery in northern Russia, Pavel Longuin's acclaimed film tells of Father Anatoly, whose bizarre conduct confuses and intrigues the rest of the order. While some believe he has the power to heal, exorcise demons, and foretell the future, Anatoly himself is in spiritual crisis, consumed with the guilt and remorse over a terrible event from his past. Stunningly photographed and wonderfully acted by rock musician Mamamov, The Island is a haunting tale of faith and salvation. Interesting. The Island. Fish Tank with Katie Jarvis, Michael Fassbender, and Kirsten Waring. Yeah, I've seen this one. I think it's American. It's a UK movie. Okay, 117 minutes. Ooh, 2 hours long. Okay, so 15-year-old Mia, brilliantly played by Katie Jarvis, a feisty and fiercely independent outsider. Mia was ostracized from her friends and lives uneasily with her volatile mother in a tough Essex estate from which she longs to escape. But the unexpected arrival of her mother's handsome and charismatic new boyfriend, Michael Fassbender, sparks a catalogue of events that threaten to turn Mia's world upside down. Okay. Give it a go. Fish Tank. And last but not least, Lars von Trier, Melancholia. Kirsten Dunst leads an all-star cast and the acclaimed film director is Lars von Trier's. This has got Lars von Trier's film about the end of the world. So I mean, it's a really good cast. Kirsten Dunst, Charlotte Gainsbourg, Kiefer Sutherland. Who else is in it? Alexander Skarsgård. Pretty cool bit. Charlotte Rampling, Stellan Skarsgård. Yeah, interesting. Denmark, 129 minutes, English language, so 2 hours and 9 minutes. All right, Melancholia. I've not seen this one, but we'll give it a go. So that's all the DVDs I picked up, and then we'll go into the Blu-rays. And again, there's just a mix of random things here. So we'll start with Strangled. Winner of 9 Hungarian awards, Strangled is a dark and gritty thriller from Arpad Sopsits that brings to mind both Lang's M and Fincher's Zodiac. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's Hungarian. Don't know much else. I don't want to go too much into them, but yeah, we're intrigued. Given that, double disc, Blu-ray disc, and a DVD disc. And it's on the Eureka label, it looks like. Interesting. Based on a true story. I always get conscious when a movie says based on a true story, because you're just like, well, let's see if you really are. Yeah, Strangled. One from the H&V Premium Collection, Grand Prix. I'm a huge Formula 1 fan, so no, I haven't seen the F1 movie yet, so I will be watching that at some point. But yeah, triple disc Grand Prix movie. It's got some postcards. So this is really cool. Starring James Garner, Eve Marie Saint, Yves Montand, Toshihiro Mifune, oh, there he is, he's back. Brian Bedford, Jessica Walter, Antonio Sabato, and Francois Hardy. Formula One drivers compete to be the best in this slam in your driver's seat tale of speed, spectacle, and intertwined personal lives. Yeah, it just looks like a Formula One race style movie. I will give it a go. I'm always happy to add Formula One movies. Huge Formula One fan. Season's coming soon. There, Grand Prix. One for the Criterion Collection, Midnight. Screwball comedy doesn't get much more effortlessly elegant and gleefully irreverent when this roulette wheel of romantic deception, gleaming with the cunning wit and continental elan. Couture-clad Claudette Colbert, that's a mouthful, is divine as penniless American chorus girl who crashes Parisian high society by posing as a wealthy Hungarian baroness. Both scheming nobleman John Barrymore and smitten taxi driver Don Amiche are soon onto her game. 1939, 94 minutes. Looks like it's a comedy. It's on the old Criterion label, so you've got your little booklet in there. Intrigued to give it a go. Don't know if you've seen this one. Once Upon a Time in the West. Claudia Cardinal, Henry Fonda, Jason Robards, Charles Bronson. Sergio Leone's monumental picture, here in original form, ranks among his most admired achievements. Henry Fonda stars as his most sinister role as Frank, a hired killer who ruthlessly slays an entire family. Jason Robards plays Cheyenne, an infamous bandit framed for the slaughter, and Charles Bronson is the man, a mysterious loner determined to exact revenge for a grudge he refuses to divulge. Sounds fun. This sounds like a really fun movie. What's the runtime on this one? Don't think it says anywhere. 165 minutes. Okay. Ooh. Need to definitely make some time for this one. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to check more out, and I wanted to get more into Sergio Leone as well. So yeah, Once Upon a Time in the West. Madame Claude. It's a French movie, I believe. Yeah. So, Madame Claude is a mesmerizing mixture of elegant eroticism and potent political thriller, powered by Jacquin's inventive direction and unforgettable score by legendary French composer Kurt Gainsbourg. Yeah. I've never seen this one. Double disc, and there's a little booklet in it. Can't show that. Definitely cannot show that. But yeah. So, yeah, we'll give this one a go, Madame Claude. Show the back? Nope, can't show the back either. But yeah, that's there. Lost Boys trilogy. So I was having a conversation with Hannah while we were in the CEX about Lost Boys and Fright Night, and in terms of comparing them. I hadn't seen Lost Boys for a very, very, very long time. And I was going to pick up just the first one, but I saw the trilogy sitting there on the shelf. I think the first one was kind of £8 by itself, and the trilogy was £10. I mean, it was all in a voucher anyway, so it didn't really matter. But I thought, why not just pick up all three and have it in a nice little tidy box? So yeah, Lost Boys trilogy. It's been a long, long, long time since I've seen this. So I'll be happy to kind of almost re-delve into them again for the first time. Yeah, let me know if you like the Lost Boys trilogy. Let me know, Lost Boys or Fright Night, the original. What do you think? Now, one I had talked about in my own top 10 of the 21st century, but then once I was looking for it, I didn't realise I didn't have it in the collection and I needed to get it back. That's Bone Tomahawk. I love this movie. Absolutely bonkers. Cannibalistic Western. I don't want to say too much more of it. If you like Westerns, if you like horror, if you want something completely different to watch, go watch this movie. You will not be sorry. You will have a great time with it. Kurt Russell, Matthew Fox, Patrick Wilson, Richard Jenkins, what's her name? Lily... Lily Simmons. Yeah, seriously good movie. Very, very violent, very brutal, but enjoyable. Yeah, Bone Tomahawk. And this one I've seen a couple of times on some channels, and I think most recently I saw it on Angelo's channel. I swear I speak English, I promise you. Angelo's channel, Wacky World and the Pang Films. I think he had it in his top 10 of the 21st century. I know he had it in his lunar. No, he was in his lunar New Year watches. Train to Busan. Another zombie movie added into the collection. I've heard a lot of good things about this movie, and I just really wanted to get it. And like, I remember things that people post on their videos, and just trying to remember when I'm out and about. Like if I see it on the shelf, it will trigger something in me. So yeah, I was wanting to get this and give it a go. Like I said, I've heard nothing but great things about it. So yeah, we'll give it a go. Angela spoke highly of it, so yeah, Train to Busan. And then the final two we got from the Slasher collection. So number 27, Just Before Dawn. So this is from Jeff Liebman, who did Squirm. And Squirm I had a really good time, we really enjoyed. So once I saw he had this one as well, I was like, I have to give it a go. One of the most popular slashers to ever tear up the inside of a grindhouse movie theatre. Teenage vacationers out for an ill-advised hike around the beautiful national forests of Oregon. It's backwards valleys. Brilliant. Yeah, Just Before Dawn looks mad. We'll give it a go. And last but absolutely not least, Christmas Evil with a slippy slip. Number 42 in the collection. Yeah. Starting to build up a few more Christmas movies and get them ready for the end of the year. So just trying to pick up where I can and just start adding them in and logging them into the app. Yeah. This one looks a bit out there as well. There was a weird scene where Santa's hitting on a mother. You can see that right in the middle there. Christmas Evil. This looks a bit bonkers, but we'll give it a go. That is everything. That's a wild, eclectic mix of movies there. So thank you to Hannah for the gifts, coming down to London and just spending the day and just having a great time. Thank you to Tim, top legendary human being. And thank you to you two watching. Leave me a comment, let me know if there's anything you liked in there, anything I need to pick up straight away and just get stuck into it. But I will see you in the next one. Take care.